spending time with the top coaches in our sport.
Give them a little tough or short, okay? Good going.
These are the same coaches who mold promising players into champions.
Watch the jump.
Now they will teach you the same way they coach and mentor the stars.
See how we've got that nice shape there?
Aggressive feet make an aggressive tennis player.
As you will see, there are as many ways to teach winning tennis as there are ways to win.
Jump your feet, jump your feet, jump your feet.
And as many personal styles.
Your opponent's going to need a spoon to get that thing back.
If you love the game, more importantly, if you play the game, this show will be your game changer. In our Tennis Channel Academy Best of shows, we focus on the best tips in movement, technique, and strategy. This Best of episode is all about the backhand. Whether you hit with one or two hands, run around it, or step into it, you will leave this Tennis Channel Academy an expert in the art of the backhand.
Check it out, man.
Ready, set,
Well, the backhand's a really important shot in modern tennis.
Most of the top women, their backhand really is their strength.
My signature shot, my weapon, was the two-handed backhand. It was my go-to shot during my career.
The backhand down the line in women's tennis is probably the most important shot in the women's game.
The match for Sharapova.
My one-handed backhand is a big advantage because I can use it different ways. I have many options.
There's that trademark backhand from Hennin.
It's one of the most awesome shots in tennis.
I can change the rhythm on play. That is really important.
Her backhand does it all.
On the men's side, their forehands and their serves tend to be their strengths. But if you've got a great backhand down the line, you can counter their strengths.
In the men's game, look, backhands are important. Are you able to chip? Are you able to drop shot off of it? Are you still able to step into the ball and hit winners?
Oh, what a shot.
Elena Dementieva may have one of the most technically perfect backhands in tennis. Harold Solomon knows the keys to her success, and now he passes them on to you.
When hitting a backhand, the first thing you need to think about is a good split step. Elena has a great split step. See how she sinks into her legs. She's perfectly balanced. Her hands are in front. Her eyes are in front, tracking the ball. She's ready now to make her initial move to the backhand side there out of this balanced split step. I will make a unit shoulder turn. My shoulders will take my racket as far back as they can to here. My racket comes up above my wrist when it comes back. All my weight is getting pushed from my right leg onto my back leg in the loaded position here. She splits, she stays low. Then she turns, her shoulders turn, her hips are turned, bringing her racket back. As you notice, her racket comes back high. Her feet and her legs are perfectly balanced. Her right foot, the heel is off the ground. All of her weight now is transferred to her left leg. Now she's ready to make the initial move to the ball. After you loaded your weight on your back foot, your hips will initiate that move to the ball. Now she goes into the hitting phase. The racket drops into the slot. Her weight is all on her back foot on the inside of her left leg. And now we'll get ready to move up into the hitting position to be able to hit the ball. Her eyes are directly on the ball, on the contact point. Her racket will drop under the ball, coming up to make contact. Her weight has now started to move up into the ball. You can notice that her weight has shifted off of her back leg onto her front leg. You really want to think about brushing up on the ball there. It's not a flick with your wrist, it's a brush up with your hands up into the ball. Her racket comes up high. Her weight is all on her back foot on the inside of her left leg. Her hips start to open. Her racket comes from under the ball, up to the ball, making contact. Her eyes are directly on the contact point. As she makes contact, all of her weight now transfers to her front leg, and her finish comes up and around, over her shoulder, and her eyes and her body are perfectly balanced, focusing on the ball. As you finish your swing, your foot will come up. For some players, it will come up even with their right foot. Other players will come all the way up and come all the way through. Finishes are different. Having the foot come through shows you that you're transferring your weight into the shot. If you're making an aggressive move to the ball, the momentum of your weight coming from your back foot to your right foot will carry you into the court.
Hit it, hit it.
From a powerful two-hander to a classic one-hander. When we come back, Justine Henin breaks down her beautiful backhand. John McEnroe describes Justine Henin's one-handed backhand as one of the best shots in the game. Now Justine herself walks you through the ins and outs of one of the cleanest strokes in tennis.
Well, the elements for one-handed backhand, it's, the footwork for every shot is really important. So you need to look at the ball and estimate the distance. So your footwork depends on that. First step must be the left step. Here you go. Then you put your right foot and your weight moves forward on your right foot, on your right leg. Then you put the racket back. You use your left hand to bring the racket back. The most important thing is that the racket must be higher than the contact point when you're going to hit it. So it must be a little bit higher. My right arm goes there, and my left arm goes up. It's really important. That helps to find a good balance. If you don't use it, you feel like, it's really tough. If you use it, you feel perfect on your legs. And you use your wrist at the end, and your shoulders stay like this. It's really important that you don't face, the court. You face here. And you keep good balance, and that's a key in the one-handed backhand.
Off a very good serve. Boom. How good is that?
The other option with the backhand is the slice. Technically, the difference between the backhand with spin, and when you hit your backhand, when you slice it, is the grip. When you do it one-handed backhand, you have to close your grip much more. When you do slice, you open it much more. So it's really questioning of grip. So it does change everything after in the shot. When your grip is, when you do the spin, you go like this. When you do the slice, you go like this. And it's the same. Your racket doesn't have to be so high or too low. It has to be there. And really, always you look over your shoulder. You look at the ball and then you look over your shoulder. So when you hit the ball, it's so different. Your racket goes like this. With the spin, it goes, look at my hand, it goes like this. So it's a really different shot. very important for one-handed backhand, but I would say for every shot, you must be relaxed in your shoulders. That gives the opportunity to be in the good rhythm. If you relax, if you're tight, your shoulder goes like this. If you relax, you are free in your movements. You can do anything you want.
Slice backhand that Justine hits really well.
When we come back, John Everett will make sure the left hand isn't left out of the backhand. Stay tuned for more from Tennis Channel Academy Best of